Hello everybody, welcome to the ISS. This is going to be the start of some video journals I intend to take during my time up here to just show you a little bit of what day-to-day life is like on board the space station. And I want to start by showing you that I grew, most importantly. That's the whole reason I actually took this job, is because when you go to space, your spine elongates because you're not being pushed down by gravity, and you grow. Sweet, so check it out.
Yes. Right, you're breathing out.
I grew about an inch. So at this rate, I figure I'll be playing center for the New York Knicks in, about another 2 or 3 years. And, I'm sure they can use me. So anyway, let me zoom in. You can see the result. Check that out. And that's in centimeters. That means I grew like a whole inch. Sweet! This is the best. Spaceflight just rules. Okay. Let me zoom back out, and what I'd like to do next is show you guys my sleep station. Alright, so let's head to the Russian segment. I'll show you that kayuta. So here we go. One of the coolest things is just floating around this place, doing some flips. Woo! Yay! And here we go into the Russian segment. Okay, we're now at the beginning of the FGB. Right down there is our lifeboat, and also Peggy and Yuri's ride home in another week, the Soyuz. Look really closely way down there. There's 2 sections of the Soyuz that you can live in. This is the BO, and way down there is the commander seat in the descent module. That's the only part that actually comes home. So that's the Soyuz. I'll show you more of that some other time. We've got another one coming up next week. We'll have 2 of them. So now we're going into the oldest module on the space station. It's the FGB. It's part of the Russian segment, but actually financed and purchased by America. Here's where we keep all of our food. The red containers are Russian food containers. Blue ones are American. And those silver buckets are various types of water containers for over here on the Russian side. This, by the way, over here, let me back up a little bit. Sorry about the twisting around. But I forgot to show you this. Right over there is our hygiene station. This is where we take showers, kinda. Actually, it's just a glorified sponge bath, basically. But you don't get too smelly up here, so it actually works out just fine. Okay, let's head back up. Okay, now it's very easy to turn around. Sometimes I come up here and I don't know if the surface, which way is forward or which way is aft. So let me help you out here. Let's look over here. Okay, that's where we came from. That's the FGB. Now, coming this way. This is where we're going, the service module. This is the core living compartment on the Russian segment. And it's got all of our life support functions, all of the equipment that keeps the Russian segment purring along. In the back are its thrusters. And it's got all the windows. That's why you see so many cameras here on the wall. Because this is the best place to take pictures. Take a look at the Earth. Hello, Earth. Sweet. Sorry, just had to turn around and see what I knocked off the shelf back there. This place is really hazardous, the easiest place to knock into things and basically make a mess. So before I show you my Cayuta, right over here is a laptop. I'm going to spin around and show you a little more of the service module. Sergey finally changed the playlist today. He basically plays the same music, about same like dozen songs over and over for about a week, and then he finally changes to something else. Last week was all 80s tunes. This week it's the Stones. So it doesn't bother me at all. I think it's kind of funny. So going back. Okay. Here's our little dining table. I'll be showing you eating meal time sometime in the future, and all the weird things that go along with it. But there are two sleep stations here in the aft. This one over here on the right is Yuri's. It's nice and neat. This one over here on the left is mine. You can see the door right there, and on the door, zoom in a little bit. On the door is my hygiene kit from Russia. It's actually really handy. I got my chopsticks, my deodorant, my toothbrush. Let's take a look inside, shall we? Now, I didn't clean up or anything, as will be immediately obvious. I want to show you what it's really like, kind of that lived-in look. So you're seeing immediately the best part of the whole experience of living over here in the Russian segment, which is the fact that you have a window. And this gives you a side view looking out in the earth. You zoom in here. Take a look at the earth. And it's really a different perspective. Hello, Earth. And you can really get a feel for how thin our atmosphere is, if I could focus. Okay, there we go. So you can see down there, there's the clouds extend up to, you know, as high as 60,000 feet or so. And then you got a little bit more atmosphere on top of that, and then it's just space. But that's it. I mean, if you look how big the planet is, if it could focus. There we go. Look how big the planet is, and just that thin little layer is all you get as far as breathing gas. It's pretty scary. Just a little sliver. There's one of the solar rays. It's amazing that their rays are so big, they reach all the way back here. I don't know if I could show you how far forward. There's one of the solar rays on the service module, and that's all I'll be able to show you. But when that array is rotated up and you poke your head all the way over to the side, you can actually see the truss from here too. So it's neat, very neat indeed. And one of the other cool features is it's got this handy little shutter, which is totally funky. Looks like something out of Jules Verne, which coincidentally is right in the next module. Let's get this open. Okay, here we go. There it goes. So there's your window shutter. That's when it's time to go to sleep, I close it. The rest of the time, I keep it open. I'll close that thing. Okay, so just going around, I got a nice mirror, nice vent for fresh air up there. The computer here, which has got all kinds of neat little gizmos on it, like world map, for example. That shows us where we are. Let's see where we are, shall we? Looks like right now we're right over Europe. Holy cow. Let's see if we see anything. Looks like it's just about sunset over Europe, so it's kind of hard. It's the best time to see things on the ground is during the day. And here's another typical pitfall of trying to see things on the ground. A lot of times it's cloudy. And we're right smack over Europe, but can't really tell. C'est la vie. So back to our little tour of the Cayuta, huh? So one nice thing about the computer here is that I could bring that, see the wires all actually come from inside the Cayuta, so at night I bring it inside, stick it up here in the mirror, and then I could do email, which is a perpetual challenge trying to keep up with that. I'm failing miserably at it. I could look at world map, I could process images, pictures I take, and I can talk on the phone. We use a computer and this little headset. You see I got this headset plugged in with a microphone on it to run a program just like Skype or any other VoIP. We have a similar program, and that's how I make phone calls and can call people on the ground, which has been really nice. So just looking around up here, I got my Giants hat. That's my name tag, if you will, or my patch that I wore on my orange suit when we launched in the shuttle. I carried it with me and just stuck it here over my sleep station. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, I keep some snacks down here. Of course, candy corn right there, and Juji fruits right there. And then this is not really a snack. Let's see if we can read it. And that's Russian food. It is appetizing appetizer. Yes. Yeah. Yum yum. Here's my Yankees hat. Signed by Roger Clemens, the Rocket himself. Sleeping bag. That's it. So, sometime later I'll give you a demonstration of what it's like to go to sleep in space, but we use these little bungee cords. These like elastic band. And that's just my pants. I just tuck them behind those, and my shirt, just to tuck them behind my bungee cords there for convenience. But those bungee cords push us against the wall and make you kind of feel like you're in a bed. It sort of works. It makes it a little bit easier to fall asleep, kind of. Alright, so that is it for now. That's my cayuta, and I've enjoyed living there. I got only a couple more nights, and then I'll be moving over temporarily to Columbus while we have our visiting Soyuz crew. And then I'll be moving over into the lab where there's a sleep station I'll show you some other time, while I'll be staying for the rest of my mission. So that's it.
Alright. Here you will do by yourself, okay?
Okay, yep.
Try not to hurt you.
Anybody who's...
Не боюсь, правильно делаешь. Так, теперь... Так, и, наверное, здесь тоже что-то.
Да.
Давай. Можно, вот здесь можно шею вообще убрать, да?
Да, да. Может быть, сначала
Стоп.
здесь.
Давай. Very nice.
Думаешь, неплохо.
Очень хорошо, давай.
The question I get a lot is what's your everyday life like? I mean, what's a typical day like? What do you do? How do you brush your teeth? You know, that kind of stuff. What do you eat? So what I thought was I'd take a day and through the magic of video technology, take you along with me throughout the day. Carry the camera around and just show you a little bit of what we do on a typical day. So today's the day. Today is 1/28. That's the only thing that means anything to me. We don't really go by the regular calendar up here. Everything is done off of Greenwich Mean Time, which is a standard time that's set for aviation, and it's really the time in London, England. and it goes way back. There's a whole history behind that that goes all the way back to the original navigational challenges and solutions found by the British Navy. But anyway, that's what we go with today. So it's currently about 8:30 in the morning in, is that right? No. Hold on a second. It's currently almost 7 o'clock in the morning in England, and it's time to get up. So typically I get out of bed, and the first thing I do is I go over to this computer here and check out what my day is going to be like. So let me grab the camera. And the first thing that happens to be up on the screen right now is our navigational software. This is called World Map. And it tells me over the next 3 orbits what we're going to pass over. Right now we're right over the Middle East. It looks like we're over Syria. And it takes us an hour and a half to go all the way around the planet. So we move pretty quick. But I have them, they put little icons here on the screen that represent points of interest. And the little astronaut guys you see are things I really would like to take pictures of. And the red spots you see are things that I really would like to take pictures of, and I haven't gotten a really good one yet. So for example, I could zoom in. I see in 2 orbits will be coming up on the northeast. So let's see what that looks like. Zoom in the map. And it looks like we'll be passing right over Pittsburgh through Vermont, and looks like I won't have too good of a opportunity to take any pictures of New York and New Jersey. I also, they told me the weather's not so good, so it looks like we might not have a very good shot today. It's hard to take these pictures because you have to be passing over at the right time. The sun has to be in a good position at that moment, and you have to have free time to be able to go over and do that. So looks like we're not going to have too much luck today. The next thing I check is the daily summary. Every day the good men and women down there in Mission Control send me up this daily summary. And it's got a bunch of information on there. It tells me what all the major systems are doing on board the station, what angles the different rotary joints are positioned at, stuff like that. What string of communication system I'm using, primary or backup. And then they give me little comments. They tell me there's a new message for our pre-pack activity later on. We're going to be packing some stuff up for the next shuttle, which is coming to get us here. They're launching May 31st, and they're bringing up the big Japanese laboratory. So I have a lot of work to do to get ready for that, and there's a message here about that. And then a message here about CEO targets. So let's take a look at that. Now, these are photos that scientists want me to take out the window at certain times to give them views of certain things. Like today, it looks like they want me to take pictures of Lake Nasser in Egypt. They're looking at the fluctuations in the water level of that lake. So they want me to take pictures. They give me a map, and they want me to take pictures of the shoreline to see what the lake level is. So I already set an alarm for that, and we'll try to help them out with that later today. And next, they tell me who's working in mission control today in all the different centers in Houston, in Huntsville, Moscow, Munich, and over there in Tsukuba in Japan. So I check my daily summary, and next I look at our schedule. Here it is. The bars. Oh, the bars. These bars run my life. They control everything right here. This is what controls everything. The red line in the center, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you probably can. The red line in the center is the current time, so it's 5 minutes after 7 a.m. It tells me if it's day or night. It tells me what I'm supposed to be doing. It tells me if I'm late, if I'm early, which rarely ever happens. It tells me if I have communication coverage. This has everything I need to know, and I can look at my whole day by scrolling ahead. It tells me when I'm going to be getting email. It tells me everything. I mean, the bars that just run your life. And they go by so fast, you can't stop them. And the red line, no matter what I do, it just keeps moving and moving to the right, and I can't stop it. I just can't. Sorry about that. I'm okay now. I'm fine. So anyway, these bars tell you, you know, what's coming up next. So I got some morning prep work, then we have a daily planning conference. So in between, I hope to squeeze in some breakfast. I don't know about you, but I really could use some coffee to wake up this morning. So what do you say we head over to the Russian segment and get some breakfast? Passing through the FGB now. Down here, let me just pause for a second here. Down here is a docking compartment. That's the Russian docking compartment. That's also their airlock. So that's what they use for EVAs. There's two of their spacewalk suits. Spacesuits right there. That's the back of them. And down there is our Soyuz spacecraft, our lifeboat, all the way down there. And now, coming back up, we're headed into the service module. Доброе утро, Сергей!
Привет, Гарри.
Сейчас ты большая звезда. Привет, Холливуд. Что ты хочешь?
Особенно прическа, которую ты мне сделал, у меня точно голливудская.
Голливудская?
Голливудская.
Голливудская, да. Да, передай привет.
Кому?
Зрителям.
Хорошо. Hello from board of MKS.
All right, good job. Outstanding. Good morning, Sergey.
Good morning, sir.
Доброе утро, Олег.
Мы тут кашей балуемся.
Каша. У меня есть каша в голове.
Как сегодня
Вкусно?
спал? Вкусно.
Отлично.
Выспался?
Передай привет по-английски зрителям.
Да? Мой US-зритель. Hi.
Okay, so you can see Oleg has already gotten a head start there and eating breakfast, so I'm going to join him. So let me just take him in here. I'm going to shut the camera down and set it up so you can watch us have breakfast. Yummy. So this morning for breakfast, I've chosen some coffee with sugar, some pears, and as you can obviously tell, some scrambled eggs. Yum yum. So, time to cook breakfast. So you can see the eggs are dehydrated. Just have to add hot water. We do that with our little dispenser here. Hello. coffee just like Starbucks. This is how you drink your coffee in space. Refreshing. Now, the most important thing to eating well up in space is sauce. So we got a whole bucket of sauces here. We just flat around. For some reason, your taste buds get kind of dull, and everything tastes kind of bland. So we poured in tons of hot sauce and stuff like that just to spice things up a little bit, and it helps a lot. It's all about the sauce, as Peggy used to say. I got it all. Oh man. Great.
Pie mile?
Yeah, pie mile. Expensive. So the one day I have the video rolling. So you see, there are many hazards in space flight, a lot of danger. Some of it comes from hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
No, что делать? Снят и бегать. Hot sauce. Eggs tend to be a little messy. These are little heaters for their Russian food comes in these cans. And so we have these little heating banks here, and there's one down there. We just warm up the cans. Okay. So I told you before that today is 128, and that's how we keep track of time. The 128th day of the year. But I can tell you it is Wednesday. It's May, right? Yes. Wednesday, the 7th of May, for those Earthlings out there that use that calendar. And if you're wondering, this music, by the way, is a combination of all of our music, but it's really chosen by Sergei and Oleg here in the service module. Pretty good taste in music.